Big news! Wayfair's tax refund sale is on now. Right now through March 2nd, you can score up to 70% off furniture, decor, appliances, rugs, and more. With fast and easy shipping straight to your door. Plus, amazing flash deals. Shop Wayfair's tax refund sale now to make the most of your refund with huge savings through March 2nd at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
I was like, I'm just like gay and broke. Like, that's totally fine. Like, that's actually really fun. It's actually way more fun than being like straight and comfortable.
Yes.
It's like, I never know what's coming next.
Beyond cis male, cis female, non-binary, trans male, there are more.
They're swimming in like the gender soup
of different experiences.
Gender is like a marker of time, thinking critically about what inclusion means.
So much of womanhood is tied to whiteness, is tied to thinness.
How do I identify myself? Faggot.
Non-binary.
As femme as humanly possible.
I'm a cisgender gay man.
A binary trans woman.
Theatrical and flamboyant. Dykes who identify as twinks.
A gender conscientious objector.
I just kind of forget that I have a body.
Drag helped me unlock the power of my femininity within a masculine persona.
Transitioning when you're older.
It opens up an entire world of possibilities.
I like bloomed. I blossomed.
Comfortable in my physical body for the first time in my whole life.
Existing
in a more nuanced way.
In thought, in imagination, in fantasy.
My gender in my head feels like the cosmos. Just fully unknowable, even to myself.
I wasn't trying to be a gender. I wasn't trying to be a race. I was trying to be a point of energy in the universe.
That's amazing.
I love that.
Okay, so we are going to keep this intro short and sweet because we are actually so excited to get into this interview that we have for you today.
We are so excited. Our guest today is Alima Lee. They're an artist and a DJ, and we had such a great conversation about their work, which blends 1 million different things. It's amazing. They're really led by what intrigues them, kind of in this like multiple tabs open at all times way, like sword forging and art education and history and DJ sets, but it's all in this really like fun and accessible way. They're so pure.
Yeah, no, it's true. I'd originally heard about them as the director of some of Kelsey Lou's music videos. And like, I loved Kelsey Lou since I was like in high school. My dad's a Kelsey Lou stan, which is sweet. And then I also knew them as the creator of Rave Operations on MTS Radio. So we've known for a while that we wanted to talk to them and have them on the show. So this is so exciting. It was such a fun conversation. And like you said, they're such a brilliant mind with like an incredibly sweet heart, which is very, very rare these days.
Yes.
It's so special.
Yes. Without further ado, here's Alima.
My name is Alima Lee. I am an anti-disciplinary artist. I've recently started using this language in my bio. I make films. I make random things, objects. I'm a DJ. I'm a Sagittarius, so I just really enjoy having fun. So I've made my life in such a way that I get to enjoy it and not feel too overwhelmed, I think. So I just finished an MFA. That was very overwhelming, so I take that back. I use they, them pronouns usually. I still let my bestie she, her me because that's bestie. And
Right.
she can do whatever she wants.
No, exactly.
I do give it to some of the girls where, yeah, yes, today I am that girl to you. So it's really wherever it happens, however it spirals around. But usually if I'm like, I don't know you, they, them, period.
Absolutely.
And yes, Sagittarian artist who enjoys having fun is who I am.
Hell yeah. I love that you said that. I love that. Because I don't think anybody's ever said that before, but I also let some people she, her me. And I'm like, I don't really care because like, you know me and you see me in a certain, like I feel like the people that really know me and see me, I'm not that pressed about how they gender me. But it's like the people that like, I don't really know. It's like, no, it's they, them to you.
They, them. Exactly.
Yes.
I guess before we get into like what you've done before, is there anything right now that you're like really interested in, or any like recent random hyper focus that you've had?
Just like, making like gay little films. Like I started working on this variety film that I shot at Performance Space partly. And then I also shot some at my friend's dyke party Gush, which happened also at Performance Space like 3 days before. So that got really nasty and fun. And then on that same day, I documented Dyke March. So that got very interesting. And,
okay, interesting how?
And okay, we're getting into it. Well, it was interesting in the sense that like Dyke March essentially got canceled for Zionist.
They posted like a really Zionist thing on their Instagram,
which I later found out was an intern or someone a part of the organization that didn't get like organization approval, but just went ahead and posted, and then everyone was like, "Fuck Dyke March. I'm not going. They're Zionists." But like essentially it's a protest. And in the recent years when I've been able to go, it had been that, and I knew it would continue to be, because this is like thousands of dykes and fucking queers, gays, T-boys and girls like just marching for what they feel is like right. And I don't think that one person's like Zionist remarks should like affect the overall feeling of it. But I did go, even though my friends were like, "Are you seriously going?" And I was like, "Yeah, like why the fuck not?" I just like, I'm going with my camera and like a very like objective point of view. So I just wanted to document it for this weird gay film that I'm working on that is inspired by 1980s and 90s public access television in New York, like after hours TV, like public access phone sex, general shenanigans on a green screen or a black box studio. And so I just wanted to like kind of see how that space can change shape through generations. And like this current one that we have, like, yes, there's like not really public access, it's like accessible. But like what would it be like if like I could do programming like that and just like start the process. But also the thing about Dyke March that I did want to mention was just the singularity of one thing to protest for, where there's so much, but like obviously like, yes, free Palestine, but it's also like free Sudan, free Puerto Rico, free Congo. Like it was like so much missing as far as recognizing blackness and globalized anti-blackness, like being adamantly opposed to these things that I felt was missing. And I did comment on that in my film without trying to take away from like the overall message that I think should be recognized as well.
Wow. I love this. I love the public access TV project. I've been watching obviously from afar, but I feel like our generation's version of that is like TikTok, but that's always like alone. And public access TV was so like community. It was like multiple people. Yeah, like you lose kind of a lot. It is really cool how DIY it is to just, you have your phone and now you're making a video, but it's really fun to have like sound and like art direction and like that kind of level of collaboration.
Totally. Thank you. Yeah, I think that like my practice thrives off of the collaborative aspects, and I feel like film is community. I wouldn't be able to make films without the people around me. And I don't think I would want to make films without the people around me. Like, that's not fun. I just want to have fun. So this is really, this is just me really like tapping into like having fun with my friends and doing something that we can all like be proud of or believe in and talk about crazy shit that we just want to talk about. Yeah. Without being censored by TikTok or government forces that are like inevitably a part of those companies. So even if no one sees it or if a couple of people see it, I know that it exists in the world, and I think that sometimes that is enough for me.
Yes.
Totally.
How can people see it? Is it going to be online or ongoing?
Yeah, I'm like really big on like accessibility with media.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make like a website for it.
Continuing on with like thinking about your film and video practice, in an interview with Dazed, you described how you dedicated your art and film practice to those who are overlooked and for lives not often valued, because we need to be seen to be safe. And you were kind of like, I think, referencing like Black queer femmes specifically. Could you tell us a little bit more about that and how like Black queer femme identity kind of fits into your practice?
Totally. I think I just like can only make work from my own perspective. And my perspective is shared with a niche group of people who share the same needs, desires, just general like necessities that are not even being met by the times in the country we live in. And so like if I'm going to advocate for myself, I'm going to advocate for like Black femmes or femme presenting people, just like Black people in general, Black queer people. It's really just like Black queer umbrella really at this point that I'm like very concerned with, and telling our stories the way that we want to be presented and to not exploit these communities of like queer communities of color, especially. Like it's so easy to like turn on HBO and watch some like really fucked up weird version of myself play out in some like white woman's show. So I think that's why I like center us in this way where I can have autonomy and can extend that autonomy to like the community around me.
As like I guess I wonder what a femme identity means to you.
Totally. Like, I think I definitely was way more femme when I had this interview.
And that's real. That's so real.
It's crazy like to be cool, because I was like, honestly, when you were like, you did research, I was like, oh my God, like who was I in these like alternate forms of myself that are like casted in stone on the internet?
Especially like pre-pandemic, or like as the pandemic was starting, you know, like it's like a different version of myself. You know?
I was like, who is she? They? Him? I don't know.
Right.
And I think at this point in my life, I'm like so much more fluid. I think I've always been fluid. Like I, as a child, kind of refused to wear like femme clothing. Like, for example, my dad worked for Russell Simmons, unfortunately, but like I had a never-ending supply of baby fat, and he would send it by the box. And I refused to wear any of it because I was like, I can't fuck with rhinestones. I don't like logos. I need shorts and a t-shirt from Sears.
Yeah.
Like I need to be a sim in the universe. Like I cannot be identified as such.
Oh my God.
That like would make me feel this way. So yeah, I just like my sister ended up taking it all and selling it at school. I'm pretty sure.
I'm like, that would be worth millions right now.
I know. No, like, where is it now? Where's the box?
I know she told, because like my mom would save my stuff, because I would go through phases where I'm like, especially even now, like I'll buy a shit ton of things and then I don't wear it for a year. And then I'm like, oh, now I'm a
totally.
bitch. Okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
And also, I don't know, even after I went through that phase, I was like, okay, now I just want to wear like jet rag, like big t-shirts and like shorts and hoodies. And then I was like, oh, I'm indie. Like I'm wearing floral dresses and grandfather shoes. Like it's just like so many things, like so many ways I've expressed myself through these. And then like, I kind of got to like my 20s, and I kind of like, after like being raving and like wearing underwear and like 2 bras from American Apparel in front of like a lot of people. And then it kind of just all turned into this one like monster lately where I was like sometimes hyper feminine, like from the Rave American Apparel. And then sometimes I'm just like in like slacks and a hoodie. And that's how I prefer to be seen. I think I'm still like that. But like, it's interesting to like go from, oh, like I'm a Black femme. And I think to a level of how I feel like some older dykes will not claim non-binariness or maskness as a political stance. Like, no, I'm a she, her, down boots. Like that's kind of in the way that I like will continue to claim Black femininity.
Yes.
As like, it's my political stance, like that I am Black femme because I need to protect other Black femmes as well.
Totally.
Wait, your mom was a working director, right?
Yeah, she directed films and produced them. It's really, really interesting because when she started film production, she was 25 and she dropped out of college. she became a screenplay writer, but first she was producing because she had like a lot of friends in the industry. Also, I should mention everyone in my family is gay, and this probably had like a really big influence on like how my mom lived life, because like my grandma is on my mom's side is gay, but like was in the closet for many, many years, even though she didn't like act like it. She just was like, don't fucking say that shit about me, but like would live with a woman for like our whole life.
The closet is glass.
The closet is very glass and it's very thin. If you tap it, it's going to shatter. But it had really nice clothes in it. Yeah. and the way that my grandmother lived, she had this like second coming of herself. She started partying again. Like she had like this big friend group called the Committee, and they would do like go to Atlantic City together. They would like go to big concerts together. They would go to Paradise Garage together with my mom. And so like my mom would like party with her mom and her friends.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think she just like had like gay confidence without being gay. And she started this production company called Atlantis. Her and my mother and my grandmother would always go to Atlantic City together, and she worked there for a time. So she called it Atlantis, and she would like produce music videos. And sometimes direct them. And then she did, some of my favorites that she did was like Night and Day by I'll Be Sure. And then she did a lot of LL Cool J videos. They're both gay. Like they're all gay. Like as Honey Pouton would say, like all men are gay. Like these men were faggots. And she made their videos and they were really gay. Just the clothing and everything. Wow. So she also didn't really tell me a lot about this for my whole life. It's something I had to like figure out about her. Like I knew she made a movie. She made this film when she was pregnant with me called Strictly Business with Halle Berry and Tommy Davis and a bunch of other people. And like that was like the one feature she made. She wrote it and she produced it. Wow. And then like my dad kind of like low-key ruined her life. Like he kind of sucks, but I do love him as well. But like he's low-key sucks. They divorced and then brought us to LA, and me and my sister, and she like made a short film and she was messing around with them, but mostly like had to work. She's a single mother. So once I like realized, I like took like some chunk of hers to like use as a coffee table, and there's all these like reels, videotape reels, and then I was like, you did these videos? Like, cause I was like really into VHS art, so I put the VHS in, and I was like, this has my mother's name on it, like what the fuck? And then I realized that she did all this iconic ass shit, and I was like, Mom, like this is like when I was like 19 or 20, and I was like, why didn't you tell me? Like this is crazy. And by that time I had already started making music videos because I was DJing and I was friends with a lot of producers at the time, or I still am kind of, but different ones, not like straight hits. And so I was like making a lot of videos for like my ex and like our friends, and just like really just like early video art experiments in like documentary filmmaking, and like using that as video art as well. And then I think it just like continued to inspire me and like kind of reaffirm the practice that I chose. Cause at the time I was going to college for like graphic design, and I was like, yeah, I can like design stuff, but like I don't want to sit on my computer like all the time. Like I want to be like making things. So yeah, I just continued filmmaking and was doing residencies and ultimately went to this like film program. It's not really a film program. It's like really interdisciplinary, but it's like an everything program. It's an everything summer camp for faggots, like for real.
How did you start DJing, or when did you get into that?
Yeah, I think I was just like an enthusiast of a lot of media, and I really like tangible objects. I like to collect things. Like it really started with collecting Pokemon cards for sure. Yeah. And then my mom had all these records, and so did my dad. And I would like always scheme on them. Like every time I visited my dad, I would like take a few home with me. And he never noticed because he's like a raging pothead. So at one point I was like, I'm taking all your records now. And I just got like, at one point I got like turntables. When I was like 19, they were like, I got them real cheap from some stupid white boy who didn't know what he had. And they were so nice, like Techniques, MK2s. My partner at the time like got me, or I should say boyfriend, because I'm not going to claim like at one point like being heteronormative and having a partner. Like, no, that was my boyfriend.
That was a man.
That was a man. I mean, I did make him grow out his hair really long, so when he was turned around, he looked really pretty. And I did kind of dress him like I dressed, so it was different. But he was my boyfriend. He got me a Serato thing and like control vinyl, and I was like now able to like DJ. Like,
you started on vinyl.
I started on vinyl, yeah.
Wow.
Like DJing from
That's
like
so
my
sick.
mom like was a house head, so I like, took some of her records. My dad worked for Def Jam for a long time as an A&R, so he had like a lot of demo tapes and also like some press records. So like I remember finding this like Mary J. Blige demo tape from like when she was being scouted for labels.
Oh my God.
And like I found like a bunch of like radio recordings of just like hip hop in the 90s and like R&B. I found a Chris Cunningham DVD of his music videos, and it was like Aphex Twin, Bjork,
oh my
Square
God.
Pusher, and I was literally mind blown.
Wow.
So like I became like obsessed with like Aphex Twin after that, like all of high school. But also I was like really indie still. So I was listening to like Garden State soundtrack and the Shins and Aphex,
whatever,
literally, whatever the fuck their name was. Tame Impala, like
Passion
and then,
Pit.
Oh my God, MGMT, Crystal Castle, CSS. That was my shit. I was like, music. I love music.
Yes.
Then I became obsessed with like Los Angeles, like electronic music. And then that kind of got me into like Leaving Records and Stone's Throw, and them having like this like huge resurgence of physical media, like a tape labels like had like tapes I could buy for like $8. And so I was like buying all these tapes from like random ass DJs or like niche like bedroom producers, and I just like amassed this like huge like tape and record collection of just like being really into like music, anyone's music. And I think that was just like really because of my like dad's A&R background. Like we were just always listening to music, like whether it was good or bad. I was just like, I wonder what this is.
Totally.
And I think because I just like had so much music, I was like just started DJing it. Matthew David from Leaving Records threw this party called Top Tape, and it was at Hyperion Tavern, and they didn't check IDs, and I was definitely 19. And I would go all the time, and then he was like, do you want to play it? Because I had all these fucking tapes. And I was just like got really into like DJing after like that. And I was like, this is so much fun. I just got to play music and control the music in the room. I don't have to listen to anything I don't want to listen to. It's really like a control issue.
It is.
DJ.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm trying to like control the vibes and manipulate people to liking what I like.
Yes.
That didn't rear its head in like relationships or friendships. It really reared its head in my DJ career. Wow. And I also like get really socially anxious, and I don't want to talk to people. So it's really great where I don't have to, because I have headphones on.
Right. I can't hear you. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. Like I'm literally in the middle. Transition.
So you became well known for your shows on NTS radio, right? You had Rhythm Deep, and now you have Rave Reparations.
Yeah, Rhythm Deep was with my ex-boyfriend.
Oh my God.
We were asked to do a show together because we had a label together. Yeah. I also was so into music that I started a label that I was like, this is like an anti-label. Like everything goes to the artist. Like I'm not making money, and I wasn't making money, and everything was going to the artist, and it was fucking miserable because sometimes these artists were fucking terrible. And I was like, wait, like I have to deal with your ego too. OMG. Like this is
and hand you a fat check.
But like literally, and then most of the time it wasn't even that fat. It was like so much money goes into making a fucking record. I was like, here's your fucking record, and here's your little check, and leave me alone.
Don't talk to me.
But for the most part, I really did enjoy it, and there was people that I worked with that were really fucking amazing and changed my perspective on a lot of things, which was great. But my ex is a musician that was signed to Stones Throw, and he would travel or like tour or whatever. And I would like go on some tours with him. The rest of the tours, he would go on and cheat on me. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, toxic shit. It was like got really toxic, but like we definitely had fun for sure. And I got to like travel and like go to like buy rare records like all around the world, like niche fucking stores in like Thailand or like the Philippines or like fucking Prague. I don't know. We started like playing all that music on our show. And like lots of library records, like dead stock from like movie production houses where they would have like their library of like things that movies can use, like different scores. There's a lot of Pierre Petroni, stuff like that. We just were into like playing that kind of stuff, and it was really like super duper niche, and like it was fun. But then I was like, I'm like a raver, like I'm kind of really bored. And then I broke up with him, and I was like, I'm literally like gay as fuck, and you can't hang, and I like can't do the show anymore. I need to play like more house, I need to play techno, I need to play drum and bass, I need to play the shit that is like actually just me. Like I'm tired of like conforming to like your really niche,
you're so
like,
esoteric
fucking libraries. I'm like tired of being esoteric, bitch. Like I am good for now. So, and I got to be esoteric in different like more fun ways. And I think when I started DJing raves and like making a name for myself as a DJ and not just like touring with him or like doing things with him, then I think he felt really threatened by this. Our relationship quickly disintegrated when I started DJing like raves more. And like you realize I was like not cheating with boys, I was like hooking up with girls, and he was like, I can't be that, then like this is like not for me. I guess.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I know. It's like, okay, like literally bye. Like it was pretty hard because like for a moment I was like dependent on him, and it was like my life is bound up in yours. And how do you let go of that, even though this is not the relationship that is for me?
And that set you up for a life of being queer.
Yeah, no, literally, I was like, I'm just like gay and broke. Like, that's totally fine. Like, that's actually really fun. It's actually way more fun than being like straight and comfortable.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like, I was just like, I never know what's coming next.
I love the free fall.
That's part of the fun.
I love how you use like clips and stuff from speeches in some of your sets. And I'm wondering if you're trying to radicalize the club.
Definitely radicalizing the club. I think that we should take a moment to just think about things sometimes, even if we're dancing and fucking feeling euphoric, like whatever, like let's think about it. Like what brought us here? Like why are we here? What does like it mean to truly convene and like share the space of like radical sharing? We're like together, like that means something. Like we can be here together, we can do things that we want, we can play whatever we want, we can like be there in the ways that we need our communities to show up for each other in the rave. I started Rave Reparations mostly at first as like an initiative to get more Black and brown bodies in spaces that we created that we are now excluded from. So when Rave started costing $40 and like these white girls from the Valley are like flying out Carrie Chandler to DJ and we can't get in, what the fuck is that? So I was like, okay, like Rave Reparations is an initiative, and if you like partner with us and like X amount of Black and brown, queer, and starting with trans people, like we'll get in immediately off top, like they have lists. And then from there through like the tiers, and there's like heavily discounted tickets. And so it started really just as an initiative, because I remember showing up to the Omar S rave and this white girl was trying to tell me that I can't go.
It's like,
and like
crazy?
I was like, whoa, like you're telling me that like this is a sea of white people standing right in front of me, and you decided that you're at capacity.
Right.
Okay, like I get you're trying to like, I don't know, this like weird power dynamic that occurs. Like you have power and you have like Black people operating under this guise of power. Yeah. But I was like, hell no, like we're not doing that. So it started as like really just a political thing in like the LA rave community, which is not very big. And a lot of people were down with this initiative. And then, and through my, I started calling my radio show Rave Reparations in kind of like lieu of this need for like space to be like truly shared in a way that is generative. And I am not censored by NTS. So like I can do like whatever I want. And the theory that I'm reading and studying and like living my life by, and I feel like I can share it because a lot of this knowledge is like, yes, it's like gatekept by institutions. And if I can like be a bridge to that and make it fun, essentially, then why not do that?
Yeah, totally. Repackage the education and make it really fucking fun and put it in the middle of a DJ set.
Exactly.
Like, that's awesome.
Literally, like literally for my thesis project, like my thesis film is based on Drexian lore. And Drexia is like the 1990s Detroit duo. And they created their mythology and music based on the mythology that they created that in the Middle Passage when Black enslaved women who were pregnant, they were sick, so they were thrown overboard. They had their babies underwater through environmental collaboration. And they became like these like hybrid human like sirens. And they made their own like bubble metropolis. So, like I'm using like track names now, and created their own like society underwater, like similar to Atlantis, but like more based on like African spirituality, and created their own decolonial ecology, if you will. And this is just like the language that I've like grown to like use to like understand this mythology and the lore and like the space that we inhabit, like the womb abyss, as Edward Glissant would say. And I think of the rave as the womb abyss, and like the space that is created in that, like a space of complete letting go of like a genderless space,
like undoing of gender. Totally.
Yeah, it's like a totally undoing of that. And like Edward Glissant refers to the slave ship holding as the womb abyss, where it's like, in this terror, at least we can have each other, and we can like, where one body ends, like another begins, and there is no end, really. And so I like equated that to the rave and like us coming together.
Oh my god!
And so in my
that's a whole ass book. That's crazy.
It's a lot. It's like there's so much there, and I feel like I just like all I want to do is share it.
The hold of the slave ship as a rave is crazy.
Isn't that insane? It's kind of it's really fucked up. But like I was just like,
oh my god! Did you think through that yourself, or were you like, did you kind of think through that yourself, pulling from Glissant? Because that's like amazing. That's
I mean, I just like, I think of the spaces that hold me, and like just like the dark room pulsing, and the like electrifying like synth waves that come from like the music, and like maybe like the lulling of waves and like the sound that comes from the ocean, and just like kind of having to like put yourself, like I can't imagine what it would have to be to have gone through the Middle Passage, but there's a level of disassociation that has to happen, I believe, and like removing yourself from the space to like get closer to the self or get closer to God, whoever your God is. And I think it's just like leaving your body behind,
like losing yourself,
and that is a practice that we have consistently through the rave, I believe. So I think that's kind of how I was able to equate to.
Wow. Oh my god. Hortense Spillers is quivering. I'm like, that's like that.
Honestly, like, and I have to have her. Like, she is definitely like a part of this like whole legacy of thought that I'm like surrounding my practice, and so much of my DJing is a part of my film practice and vice versa. And like the theory and like discourse that I'm like engaging in to activate the work that I'm making. I think it's important for it to cross over, because it's like, what is the work really about? What are we talking about here? I think it's important to like kind of have these bridges within ourselves.
Absolutely. Oh my god, I have so many thoughts. I'm in a PhD program in African American studies, and I think I really struggle with that, bringing over the theory to like my creative practice, because I think sometimes I'm just like, don't nobody want to hear about this. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, but what is crazy, and this is going to blow your mind, is that my research project is about Black women and girls' relationship to the radio in the mid to late 20th century. And Hortense Spillers, before she became an academic, was a radio DJ.
What?
Isn't that crazy? She would
no
spin.
Fucking way.
She was a DJ. I did an oral history with her where we talked for like 2 hours.
Oh.
For those who don't know, like Hortense Spillers is like a really influential and important scholar like in the field of Black studies, especially in like studies of like Black women in slavery and humanism, exactly, and like moving beyond the human. But she used to be a DJ on Saturday mornings under the name Honey Girl. Honey Girl on Saturdays, she would play at this like radio station in Memphis called WDIA. It's like crazy.
And in Memphis.
Yes.
That is crazy.
Yes. So I feel like you would love that.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with that. Also, what you were saying about the like, it's people like tired of hearing me talk about this like theory shit. Like I have like similar thoughts about that. It's just like, I don't know, those like that kind of content is less engaged with. So I'm like actually like kind of forcing you to engage with it.
Yes. No, I like that though. I like the kind of, making, controlling the vibes, making someone like listen to some theory, hear you talk about like poetics of relation or some shit. I love that.
No, literally like it's so crazy how that happens.
Ali and I have actually been talking a lot about kind of like parties. Like we just yesterday had like a kind of big spiral about like parties. I actually feel dissatisfied with like the state of parties like in somewhere like New York right now, in the sense of like, I just feel like scenes have become so diluted. It's also now like $50 to get into like a party. And so I just was wondering like, what do you think of the current state of queer parties, and where in the US do you think has the best queer parties?
Yeah, it's really a sad thing because I really want us to like free ourselves from feeling like we can charge $60 for an afters.
I know. Free yourself.
Free yourself. Like why? Just like why? I do appreciate like the club culture in New York, for example, like Paragon and Boston Over have like a membership card system where like community members get these membership cards. And so we kind of can go in it and out as we please, or like if there's like a really sickening lineup, like we can go for free and not have to worry about paying, because it's like we are recognized as driving this culture forward. I wish there was like this kind of like membership card system at more clubs.
Yes.
I haven't really like paid for things in a long time, unless they're like very much a like body hack. I like pay for, even though I know I can get into nowadays because it's a fundraiser. And I really enjoy fundraisers, and I think that's like really the only like ethical consumption of a ticket really under capitalism. I don't know, there's so much going on all the time, but like I think it is also about like exclusivity, and these things are like really tied to the ego and like less about tied to community. And so like you charging your after $60 and like you're making people wait outside hours to get in.
Exactly.
And like, can you take a look at who's inside and like report back to me like right now, because like this is like looking really crazy. And so I think that within like queer rave culture, I think there's like this hierarchy of class difference that is like very much enacted upon, and I see it and I'm like disgusted by it. Even if I'm on lists, like half of the time I'm not going if I'm like, I know my friends can't get in or things like that, or like I know like certain types of people can't get in, like why even waste my time? Like these parties are going to continue, but like I just hope that they know that what they're doing is fucking stupid and annoying. And like it's really just like, I'm really not trying to like walk into like the fucking circuit rave and see like a fucking sea of like white cis men that literally hate me, like in harnesses. And I think like, I do think that New York does like really great queer parties, and like we just like are blessed with like having most of like people come here and like people move here. Like LA unfortunately is really not giving because everyone fucking left, and including me.
You think New York has better parties than
I think New York has better parties. So sorry.
Wow.
I grew up in both places. I was bi-coastal growing up. And like, I think it, like, being bi-coastal and growing up in the city in the summers, like, forced me to like be independent in this way. So like, I'm not afraid of going to parties by myself. And I'll go and I'm like, oh, this is really not giving. Like, wow. But like, I feel like in New York, I could like, I know that I can go somewhere and like, I know that I'll have a good time, like on any day of the week. There's options like for parties that like don't cost money or parties that are really expensive. And I think that's like a cool, like, there's just like no clubs in LA also. So that's like a big thing. I think that I've had a really great time partying in like the Midwest. And I think that real ass fucking DJs are there.
Chicago, like the best fucking
Chicago,
like
Detroit
work sets. Like, oh my fucking
I've
god, it's
never
different.
been to parties like that. Also, like engaging with like intergenerationally. I think that they have that there.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not seeing as many older ravers like at the Nonstop nowadays or
elsewhere
like literally fuck elsewhere, but yeah, elsewhere. I'm just not seeing them, and it's just like, I think we're starved for this. I think we're missing a lot of wisdom and information that can come from our elders, especially queer elders in community. And I think that is really an important part of like convening and the rave and like partying is just like the conversations that you have with people. And I feel like we're missing out on like not engaging with like our elder community or just like even just like previous generations. Like a lot of them have way more energy than I do. I'm like they're dancing harder, and I'm like I'm really the elder bitch right now. So like I'm like sitting in the corner. I'm literally tired, like on the ground, like rolling even, but like. You're dancing really hard and you're sober because you had like your whole life to live. I think Chicago has that. I think Detroit has that. And I think I really enjoy it. Like I don't get to go there as much, but I think I would prefer it.
I agree. Best parties of my life in Chicago. So good.
Chicago. I feel like I want to ask you how you stay sweet in such a sour world. I want to know, like, do you have like practices of like embodiment or centering? I like picture you like running through a forest with like a custom engraved sword, listening to dubstep. And am I far off?
You're not far off because I'm just like really just having fun fucking around like with my friends in the forest. Like it's been like such a privilege to live upstate, and I feel like there's so many people that like don't get to leave the city ever at all, which is like so insane. Like I feel like I'll lose my mind, and like I need to like be surrounded by like nature and the soil and the grass. Like literally truly just need to touch grass every day. I highly recommend it. I just like have had so many ego deaths. Like I've taken so many psychedelics, and I have been able to like let go of myself in some ways, let go of the ego, let go of generally just being a selfish person. And I think that has made me happier, and like letting go of expectation of people around me. Also just like, I don't know, being fucking gay is so much fun, and I think that has generally made me like a happier person, especially like exploring like in my own relationships, like intimate relationships, and like being in a polyamorous relationship. Like I think for so long I was like, oh, this is so cliche and whatever, everyone's doing the poly thing. But it really is like so sweet to like explore intimacy with other people and like learn like intricacies of other people and explore like just be tolerant of how, like other people's feelings, and like be poly in the way that you're just like being open and inviting towards like other people like showing up in your life. And I think there's just like it's really fun, and it helps me kind of like stay light about things, and like especially like the no expectations part, or just like trying to like just be a lover and not a fucking hater. I mean, I let myself be a hater sometimes. I think there's balance and duality in that, but like I think overall, like when it comes to like being disappointed by people or like being let down, I think I just like have had to have a lot of grace with myself and others around me. And that has kept me grounded through it all, to where like some shit kind of happens and like I've got to process or some shit. Then it's like not the worst thing that can happen, and I can understand my feelings and I can understand their feelings and I can understand nuance, because it's a big thing with like interfacing with people around you and fucking people around you.
Interfacing.
Interfacing. Yes. Interfacing with your community. You have to like have a level of understanding and grace, and also forgiveness is important. And just like forgiving yourself, not dwelling too hard. It's all there.
Gender Spiral is an original podcast from Audiation. This episode was mixed by Matt Noble, and music is composed by CMD plus Jasmine, courtesy of Molten Heart, with art by Joey Hahn and graphics by Michael Tyrone Delaney. The show is executive produced by Ireland Meacham, myself, Babette Thomas, my co-host, Ali Beardsley, and Sandy Smullins, with additional story editing from Susie Armitage.
Thank you so much to Alima Lee. You can find them on Instagram and check out their work on their website. Both of these are linked in our show notes.
If you like the show, please head over to patreon.com/genderspiralpodcast to support us. You can also check us out at genderspiralpod.com, where you'll find transcripts for each episode and a link to leave us a voicemail.
And follow us on Instagram. It's at Gender Spiral. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss a new episode. They're coming out every other week.
Audiation.